do you think your biggest learning moment was in your career thus far?
I'm like, or just one that maybe stands out.
Yeah.
Most particular.
Us stopping touring and like realizing that we should have just kept going that whole time.
Yeah, we
talk
took a
about
long
this.
break from touring, and we were like, gosh, it's such a shame because we could have just kept going and going and going. And the touring career now would be like so different. You know what I mean? It's like if you'd never stopped, it's like how many years would we now have under our belt? But in a way, I'm like, it was so meant to be that we stopped because I don't think we'd be making the music we are now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that would be my one
believe
regret
that.
is don't stop playing live.
Yeah, I think that we wouldn't be where we are musically if it wasn't for us kind of taking a step back and reassessing how we looked at the band and how we wanted to be perceived as a band and like the sound of the band, because it's definitely changed over the years. You know, if you're a teenager, obviously your taste is going to change in your music and how you dress, everything. So that was like a major growing pain for us, was to figure that out. Like, who are we now as women, as, you know, as young adults in this space and in rock music specifically, because of coming up in pop and then kind of evolving to where we are now. So I think that was I think you're right. That was maybe our greatest regret was stopping,
just like stepping out,
stepping away from touring.
Yeah.
And why did you stop, if you don't mind me asking?
No, not at all. I think we just were very unsure of where the music was heading. You know, we were so young when we made those first 3 records with Hollywood Records, and the acting was taking off at that moment as well. And the music, we had recorded these 2 albums that never came out. We changed our band name. We were like, what are we going to do in our 20s? How do we want to be perceived? We've already released these albums as teens. So there was some confusion there.
A huge transitioning period.
Yeah,
Where you were
huge.
just like,
And
what are
then
we doing?
it's like 1 year becomes 2 and 2. I mean, I don't even know how we
And
got
like,
to
oh my
10.
gosh, now it's been 10 years since we've stepped away, even though we've been writing and we were making music.
we
but
never
we weren't,
stopped.
We weren't like actively out there though,
Right.
in that way. It was just doing our own acting projects, which also I think took up our time. So we were like, okay, well, we're making money as actors, and that's been fulfilling and great.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, the music just kept kind of calling back to us, and people kept being like, I can't believe you guys aren't doing music still. And then we'd look at each other like, yeah, that is weird. Why aren't we?
I wish there was like
sign.
one reason, one incident that would just changed it all. But it's like I don't even have a good answer.
I mean,
to it.
that's
are
sort
hard.
of is. That's, Sorry. That,
Yeah, they are hard. They are hard. Yeah.
I mean, that's what our pod is all about. Sort of, we sit down and we're like, all right, this transitional period is kind of crazy. What's happening? What are we doing? You know,
constantly feel, but that's a healthy thing. That means that, you know, your wheels are turning and you're waiting for the next best thing to happen, and then you fall into it. Like,
and I
you
feel
do.
like too that like your music kept calling back to you, like was such a sign to go back. Like my rule always when I'm shopping is like if I don't want to buy like a certain item, but I'm thinking about it like later, then like
I mean, then it's like you really, that's good. We honestly, we've done some shopping in New York, and we should have done that rule, but instead we went into the shop, bought a bunch of stuff, and then afterwards went, did we kind of spend too much money in that shop?
We felt
and
bad.
Should we return some? Then we
shops are
looked, and
good.
it was like, can only return in store. Can't do it online. We were like, well,
we
we're
didn't
just
want to
stuck
show
with these
ourselves
items.
the next day.
It's the worst.
I was
point.
like, no, it's shame.
It's
I was
I'd always
shameful.
rather eat it. I'd
Same,
always rather
same,
eat it
same.
at that point.